Go.
Welcome everyone to Paula's Purse, where the bag is always filled with topics to discuss. I'm so happy to have you guys with me. This is my fourth episode. So thank you so much for tuning in. Give me 1 second and we are going to jump right into it. All right. I have a quick little question that's been hanging out of my grab bag for maybe a month. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and ask the question, and you guys can let me know later. You can put it in the chat or just whatever. Here is the question: could you date a jobless man? Could you date a jobless man? That's the question. And we're talking jobless, like no job, and he brings maybe $300 of food stamps to the table. Could you date him? That's the question. And I guess for men, could you date or would you date a jobless woman? All right, that's a question that's been hanging in the grab bag. So I just wanted to put it on the table. And let me say this, guys. We're not talking about someone that's retired, because if he's retired, then he has his money coming in monthly. So no, when we say jobless, we're saying no job at all. Okay. And then somebody in the comment is like, okay, well, is he going to school? Is he is he working on getting a trade? Here is the setup. They just want to know, would you date someone with no job? And I know you're asking that question like, okay, what does he have any future plans? Is he planning to go to school? Like, does he want to be a welder or something? The bro has no job. I said the bro. He has no job. He has $300 that he brings to the table in food stamps. So everybody wants to know, would you date him? And I thought about this question for a couple of days, and my answer is no. No. Now, if you were working towards something, say you didn't have a job, but you were in school, some type of training where there was an end date, and then you knew you would be starting a job at some point, then that's a little bit different. You know what I mean? But if you just don't have a job and you just in the streets and just trying to come up by stealing or robbing somebody, no, I can't do it. So no, just to answer your question, my little grab bag question, could you date a jobless man? The answer is no. All right, we're gonna keep it moving. Oh, y'all know I gotta talk about the Texans, right? I'm right here. I'm recording it. I'm gonna talk about the Texans, and let me tell you why. I have been a Houston Oilers fan since I was born, and I was born in 1966. Okay. The Houston Oilers started here in 1960, and they went from 1960 to 1996. That's 36 years of history that we've had with the Houston Oilers in our city. Okay. Now, with that being said, Tennessee Titans first season began 1997. Okay. Now I'm gonna just set it up for you. Okay. I'm gonna set it up for you because I was a bit bothered when I saw the Titans wearing the Houston Oilers. I mean, they went all out with the Derrick oil and everything, right? And even the coach had the cap on, right? Like Bum Phillips. And then later on, I found out they had Earl Campbell at the game, and they honored a couple of people. And not that there's anything wrong with them honoring anyone from the Oilers. I'm all for that. But let me say this. Okay, so let me set it up. This is what happened. So Bud Adams, when we got to the end of our relationship between the city of Houston and the Houston Oilers when we got around like 1994, 4-ish, going into 1995. But Adams started kind of like threatening, the mayor and threatening the city about how he was going to take his team, the Houston Oilers, and leave, right? So he was threatening and dropping that little hint all around the city. And so the city and the town and the people and the mayor, we were like, boy, go ahead, take your team and go. Now, keep in mind, the Houston Oilers were terrible at the end. We were just terrible. Now, I'm a fan, but I'm just speaking facts here. We were terrible. And the city, we were ready for them to go. As a matter of fact, when he first began to threaten the city of Houston with taking the team, shoot, they were already putting their plans together, figure out how long it's going to take for them to come up with the amount of money that they need to come up with a new team. So when he started with the threats, shoot, everybody was like, boy, please go on. See you. Bye. And he left and he took his team. Now, before he left, he had an appreciation, a rally, I guess you could say, to see how many people would show up, how many fans would show up, how many reporters would show up. And this was like a rally to say, hey, do you want the team to stay or do you not want us to stay? And it turns out, and this is no lie, it turns out only about 60 people showed up for the appreciation rally. And so I guess that kind of did it. That did it for us, and that did it for them, for Bud Adams and his team. And everybody just made the decision. Okay, well, we're just gonna go. So Bud Adams left, and he said he was taking his team to Memphis, Tennessee, and we were like, okay, whatever, boy, go. So he took his team and went to Memphis, and now you have the Tennessee Titans in 1997. Tennessee Titans, that was their first year. So all of the history behind the Houston Oilers would be here in Houston. And not just in Houston, throughout Texas. Because keep in mind, 1997, no, I take that back. It would have been 1996, 1995, somewhere in there, when I think we went back-to-back championships. We were playing against Pittsburgh. Yeah. And I think they took both of those games from us. But I don't know, it just kind of, it rubbed me the wrong way because we do have a lot of history here. You remember Love You Blue and the song, and how when we came back from losing the game with Pittsburgh, how Bud Adams said, last year we knocked on the door, and this year we kicked that damn door, and next year we're going to kick that son of a bitch all the way in. That's what he said, something like that, to that effect, right? So we have a lot of history here with the Oilers. And I know I'm spending time on it, but listen, it kind of pissed me off because when I saw them Sunday, I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. I mean, they had on the full uniform and outfit. And here is the thing, you only did it because you're feeling some type of way, because there is no history in Tennessee. None. When it comes to the Oilers, there isn't any. But anyway, whatever. Don't try that shit again. I put on my Facebook page, I said, check with us here in Houston before you try that again. And I know you get to play us next week, right? Here in Houston. So we'll see what y'all wearing. Oh, and let me say this. Shout out to Kareem Jackson. Kareem Jackson is back. I've been looking for this guy, and it's so funny that he is back. Kareem Jackson was drafted in 2010. We drafted him, right? And he was here for 9 years. And then he went over to Denver. And he played with Denver for the last 4 years. But not, he was suspended for six not so nice hits that he put on someone, on a couple of people, or six individuals. So he was waived, and we picked him up. And shout out to the Texans for that. Oh, and another thing, shout out to CJ Stroud. He's supposed to be back on Sunday, so we are totally excited about that. Also, hopefully, Will is back. I'm just hoping a lot of the players that have been out are actually back. So I'm excited for the game on Sunday. I'm always excited. All right, I just wanted to throw that out there. There was some stuff that had been hanging out my grab bag for a couple of weeks. The Texans, Kareem, and could you date a jobless man? All right, now I want to say this. Here at Paulas Purse, where the bag is always filled with topics to discuss, I discuss a lot of topics. I really do. I discuss a lot of topics, and some of the topics are feel good topics. And then some of the topics may not make you feel so good. It may make you sad. It may cause you to change. And that is the goal of the show, that we change, and that each day that God wakes us up, we become better individuals, better people. All right, with that being said, I'm going to keep it moving. Let's see. Oh, hold on. I know. So since you were watching the Astros, no, not the Astros. You're watching the Houston Rockets game. So I did want to bring this up about Draymond Green. I have never been a fan of Draymond Green. I am so glad that he has been suspended. I really am, because I'm so sick of him. I just want to, y'all see my hands? You see me? I just want to take him and shake him and just, first of all, I want to close his mouth, because his mouth is always, when he's playing, his mouth is always agape, right? Like, and I just want to close his mouth for him, number one. Number two, why is it that no other player, why is it y'all letting this dude get away with murder? Who does that? I mean, he's good and has been good. I mean, he's getting older, and you probably don't even need him at this point. But the fact that no other player has put hands on this guy is just unbelievable to me. But NBA, thank you so much for suspending him. I'm not sure how long it's going to be, but hey, whatever. All right, on that note, I'm just gonna turn the page, and oh, this topic has been falling hanging out the grab bag, and I really don't want to pick it up, but I don't know. Let me have a glass, because I'm really not sure. See, I'm talking all soft now. I'm really not sure if I want to go down that road, but we'll see. So I don't know what's going on in the world right now, guys. I know we have there's two wars going on, right? Um, it's just a lot going on. You have a lot of homosexuality and just a lot of gay stuff that's just happening right now. And I don't really know how to, I honestly really don't know which way I want to tackle it, how I want to go about it. But I don't know. Let me just start out by saying this. Dwight Howard, I don't know if you guys know this, but he's been going, he was in court, and documents are available for you to read. So whatever is said in court has been recorded. So in some of the notes, it was stated that Dwight Howard, he likes to have men in the bedroom with him, men and women. Uh, but definitely men. Um, and we shouldn't be shocked about this. That's what kind of gets me is, every other week somebody coming out of the closet, or you find out somebody like men and who is a man and this, that, and the third. And I thought we were progressive. You know what I mean? I thought because if you go back and look at all the laws that Obama passed for like the gay rights, I thought that as a country, as a nation, I'm thinking like we're progressive. And if somebody decides to come out of the closet today or tomorrow, I don't care. Because as for me and my house, we serve God. And I know that I personally cannot get to heaven being gay. That's just me. Now, what you guys may choose to do is on you. So, but yeah, I did want to throw that out there. That's the Dwight Howard. And after the information came out from court, he made a short video saying, and I wasn't even expecting him to make a video at all, but he made a video and said, "Why are you guys so surprised with what's going on in my bedroom?" And there's nothing wrong with that. But what I was expecting him to say was, "Man, y'all know I like women. Stop that with that bullshit." You know what I mean? That's what I thought. That's the way I thought he was going to go. But that is not the way that he went. But hey, we're going to keep it moving. All right, guys. We're going to talk about this. And you can take it however you want to take it. I'm not saying anything about Republicans or Democrats. I just report the news like Rona Barrett. Okay. I just report the facts. All right. So let me see. I got to set it up for you. Okay. So you have Ron DeSantis, right? Okay. So this is what I do when I hear certain crimes that have been committed. If I happen to hear it on another talk show or on the radio, I always think this. So this is a segment where you can say I could whisper this because I hear shit sometimes, and this is what I say to myself, man. I bet you that happened in Florida. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Because what I used to do back in the day, y'all probably still do. Like when you hear a crime happen, you think, oh my God, I bet you they were black. Or I bet you he was white, this, that, and the third. Well, I don't do the color thing anymore, but I will hear what's going on and I'll say this. I bet you that. So this is brought to you by Floridians. Um, so I guess I'll set it up for you. So you have, let's see, what's the best way to all right, well, freak it. We'll just say it. Okay, so Ron DeSantis hired a couple of, he hired a bunch of Republicans, some young progressive Republicans, right? So girl one, I'm just gonna call her Ron DeSantis girl, right? Ron DeSantis girl. So then you have boy one and girl two. That's gonna be Christian and Brittany. Okay. So Christian and Brittany and Ron DeSantis girl number one, they are all Republicans, like I said. Christian he's the head of the GOP, and his wife, Brittany, she is um, well, she's on a school board. She's on the school board. And not only is she on the school board, but check this out. She is co-founder of Moms for Liberty. And you're probably thinking, Moms for Liberty, what is that? Well, remember, Ron DeSantis hired Missy Brittany, right? Co-founder of Moms for Liberty. He hired her to go into the schools and ban all of the LGBTQ plus books and other books that she deemed not worthy to be read. Okay. So I'm just setting it up for you. All right. So Ron DeSantis hires girl A, and then he also hires this couple over here, and this is Christian, the husband, and Brittany, and Ron DeSantis girl A. Okay. Well, they are Republicans. They are right-wing Republicans. They're conservative. You know what I mean? Conservative. So I had to go look that up again. I said, let me look up conservative. And sure enough, it meant exactly what I thought, that they hold true to their values, their morals. They hold true to it for years and years and years and years and years. They just hold true to their traditions. They're traditionalists, right? Conservative. They're holding true to it. They have values and morals, and they're the kind of people that they go to church every Sunday. They're at Bible study on Wednesday. They are helping people on the holidays. They're passing out food and passing out Christmas gifts and supporting their children and sending their children to the best schools. And they're conservatives. They're Republicans. They're doing it, man. They're doing it down there in Florida, right? Stay with me, okay? So listen to this. Here is the scandal. This is core information. So you have these three young progressive Republicans, right? Down in Florida. Turns out that they have been in a threesome for years. They have been in a threesome for years. Listen, I couldn't write it better myself. Now here is a story. So this is no joke. I want to laugh, but I gotta report the information. So this is the story. So Ron DeSantis girl called the police and said, "Hey, I was sexually assaulted by Christian, right? Christian is married to Brittany. Brittany and Christian and Ron DeSantis girl, they have been in the threesome for years. For years, right? They've been in the threesome for years. But what happened was a couple of weeks back, after work, Brittany gets home. Her husband Chris hadn't made it home yet. So Brittany gets home and she calls said Ron DeSantis girl. And she was like, listen, girl, I'm not really feeling well. Excuse me. I'm not really feeling well. So we're not gonna make it. Excuse me. So that's what happened. So Brittany called over and told Ron DeSantis girl, listen, we're not gonna make it. We'll do it another day, right? So said girl said, sure enough, it's okay. I have no problem with it. All right. So Brittany is going on with the rest of her evening. And then Christian makes it home. And Christian is like, hey, baby, what we doing? Are we going over there? And she was like, no, I called her. I told her we weren't going to do anything. We were going to pass. We're going to take a rain check. And so we're not going to go. Right. So then Christian was like, hey, baby girl, I know you may not be feeling well, so you stay home, but I'm going to go over there and get what I'm going to go get. Oh, I look pretty. I kid you not. So Christian, who is head of the GOP down in Florida, decides that he is going to go over to said girl's house because that's what they do on a regular basis. And he calls her. He calls her on the phone and he says, "Listen, hey, Brittany's not going to make it, but I'm coming. Keep it hot. I'm on the way." So apparently, she says, "Yeah, come on. This is all it's public information, so I'm not telling you anything that you can't go research." Okay, so and not only when he gets there, this is what happened. He gets there, he's recording. Okay, he's recording the whole conversation. He's recording the act with his phone, not even a pen. He's not even trying to hide it. And this is what she says on the recording. I kid you not. She says, "Don't, no," she says, "come in my mouth. Don't come on my shirt. I don't want to get my shirt dirty." That's what she said. These are the conservative traditionalists holding true to their values. Come in my mouth, don't come on my shirt because I don't want to get my shit dirty. These are the same people. They, like they've been entangled for some time now, and they are still in court because Ron DeSantis' girl is saying that she has been sexually assaulted, and Christian is saying, "No, I ain't sexually assault you because I sleep with you, me and my wife, on a regular basis." Now, I will say this. Now, according to records, court documents, when Brittany called, said Ron DeSantis' girl, and said, "Hey, we're not gonna make it," what she said was, "Okay, well, if you're not coming, then let's just cancel and do it another time because I really enjoy being with you, period, point blank." That's what Ron DeSantis' girl said to Brittany. So sounds like they both were under the assumption that they weren't going to meet. But she has a different recording. Christian has a different recording. The big issue right now is that neither Christian nor his wife will step down from their post. Okay, mind you, they were elected by Ron DeSantis. All three of them were. And they are refusing. Ron DeSantis and a couple of other officials in Florida has reached out to the said couple, and this is their real name, Christian and Brittany. I'm not making that up. Last name is Ziegler. So they have been asked to step down. They are refusing to step down from their post. Keep in mind, he is GOP, head of GOP. She is she's on the school board, and she is also the one responsible for removing thousands of books that she deemed not credible to even be read. But you around here doing a threesome. Why? Who? You know what I mean? I'm like, who? Well, we know who put you in charge. Ron DeSantis did, but it's ridiculous. I can do that, sir. Next break, start mentions and promos. All righty. Well, I guess I'll have to since he put it there. But listen, let me say this about Republicans and Democrats and conservatives and liberals, because I looked up liberal again too. And liberals, it means that we hold true to our values as well, but we are open to listening to others' other rights. Other people, when homosexuals, they were fighting for their rights, it was the liberals who were open to listening, which is why Obama passed a lot of bills on their behalf. So I brought all this up to say that what they got going on down there with this threesome, that it's disgusting, it's nasty, it's ridiculous, and everything that's done in the dark comes out in the light. Who knew? But we know now. But this is a big case going on. So hopefully they step down, because they are definitely refusing to do so. All right, we're gonna keep it moving. Let's see what we have here. Shout out. Oh man. I'm gonna shout out to Fantasia. I have to give a shout out to Fantasia. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get a little more water while I give a shout out to Fantasia, because I have been following you since 2004. Since 2004, I have been following Fantasia. Since American Idol, right? Since she won American Idol. We've been following her that long. And it is so true. I have been following your career. I keep up with you. Whoever let me say this. You have an awesome team, because every time you step out on the floor, baby girl, no matter where you are, you always look magnificent. You always look beautiful. Hair is always on point. Makeup's always on point. Outfits always on point. Shout out to your husband, because your husband is, awesome dude. And you guys are a beautiful power couple. So I want to shout out to Fantasia. And the reason why is because we don't do that often enough. You know what I mean? And I like to do a shout out every time I'm on the show. So today, my shout out is to Fantasia. And like I said, I've been following you since 2004. I know in 2007, you were doing The Color Purple on Broadway. And I watched you in a number of interviews, watch you speak about how you were, you weren't in a good place at that time. And I know, as being an actress myself, when you play a role such as something like Celie, or if you have to be a slave, you know what I mean? A lot goes into that, to make that character come alive and be believable. So she was speaking about how playing the character was traumatic, and at the time, whatever she was dealing with, she was dealing with some things that was traumatic as well. So it wasn't a good time for her when she was playing Celie on Broadway back in 2007. But fast forward till today. And she has now been nominated, right, for Golden Globe. Shout out to Fantasia. I'm so happy for you. And like I said, shout out to you and your team and your husband. It I'm proud of you. And whether you receive the award or not, you've already received it in my book. All righty. So I got to give a shout out to A1 Trucking Van Service. Shout out to you guys for sponsoring us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Listen, we have two packages. We have two packages. Once again, shout out to A Rocket Moving and Storage. I'm sorry, I always want to throw a one on there. A Rocket Moving and Storage. Here's the phone number: 713-748-6024, www.arocket.com. All right, that was my fault. Sorry about that. A Rocket. All right. You know what? I'm going to say this because I would like for this to come to fruition. I would love to have a women's group, a worldly women's group. Don't know how I can go about doing that, but that's something I would really love to have because, and this is why I say this. When I saw Cardi B on YouTube screaming and hollering and ranting and raving and going on, I really felt bad for her. I did. I felt bad for her. I have empathy for her. Um, you know what it's like when you've been in love, when you're in it and you get hurt. It's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling when you're in love, when you're in the moment and you're in love and you get hurt because you feel like, for me, I can just speak for me. I felt as though I had given everything, including babies. You know what I mean? And apparently it wasn't enough. So when I saw Cardi B going on and like I said, I really felt bad for her, and I feel bad for all women and all men because we've all been cheated on, and it's never a good look to go to social media. It's never a good look to go to social media and air out your differences with someone, but as she said in the video, that she continues to talk to him and it's not like, and he's not listening, so that was the reason why she took to social media. So with that being said, I would like for us to come together, so that we can talk and learn and love, because I'll say this, and this is to all women, excuse me. One thing we have to do is stop embarrassing ourselves. You know what I mean? We come out half naked. We think because we're with our man and we half naked, that means something. And then you find out all that you gave and all that you sacrificed, and look how you dressed and how you, sometimes it was as if you didn't even care how you looked with this dude, only to find out he was over there smashing somebody else in your own house. In your own house. And I'm just saying it's important that, listen, therapy. I've been pushing therapy and anger management. I have been pushing that ever since I took anger management, and ever since I went to therapy. I've been pushing it, and it's important that we all need it. And I know there is a stigma behind going to therapy, but who cares about stigmas? And who cares about who's talking about stigmas? I mean, just go to therapy because you need it. You need it. Unless you plan on living by yourself and dying under a rock, it's important that you go to therapy. It's important that you go to anger management, because I'll tell you this, what I learned in the first week of anger management. Once I got past blaming everyone else, that is when I began to deal with self. Okay, that is when I began to deal with self. I began to look at me. You know what I mean? Because you can point all the fingers you want at everybody. I can tell you about how I grew up. I can tell you about how many nights I didn't have food. I can tell you all of that. But that doesn't give me the right to turn around and act a certain way when I get older. You know what I mean? So hurt people do hurt people. That's why it's important that we go to therapy. And that's why it's important that we go to anger management. Why? Because hurt people will hurt people. And then the cycle just continues. So this message, it's not just for Cardi B, it's for anybody that will hear this video, that is important that we come together. It's important that you find somebody to talk to. It's just important that you find somebody to talk to, even if they don't even have to say a word. You can do all the talking, but please find somebody to talk to. I don't ever want to see another woman being hurt, the way I saw Cardi B on television. That wasn't a good look at all. It wasn't. All right, I'm gonna keep it moving. This little topic been hanging out the grab bag for a minute, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw it out there. And I mean this, okay? I mean this. And this is from my heart. Tiffany Haddish, baby girl, you are another one. I love you. This is from the heart. You are funny. You're an actress. You've always made me laugh. You have two DUIs, sister. There's no reason why you should even be driving. You made enough money to, if nothing else, Uber or Lyft. Baby girl, you could call me right now and I would be on the plane coming to where you are. I kid you not, and drive for you because whoever is on your team, what I don't know, there is something going on with your team that, like I said, you're on your second DUI. But the second one is weird because you were in the car, you were at the light, the car was in drive, you're going to sleep. And you are too beautiful, you're too talented, you're one of our own. There's no reason why um um another one should happen. It shouldn't. Um, and I say this all the time, man. We need to do better about helping our people. We will watch our people fall all the way down to the ground, and then we don't do anything. We watched Whitney Houston drown in the tub. We watched the daughter drown in the tub. Look at R. Kelly. We watched that. We knew that. We knew he needed help. We didn't do anything. As talented as he is, we didn't do anything. And as talented as Tiffany Haddish is, there's no reason why. I mean, I get it. Everybody, we've all been through stuff. We've all been through stuff. That's why it's important to do therapy. That's why it's important to go to anger management. And here is another thing that is so important and key to self-preservation is spending time with self. Get to know yourself. Some people, a lot of us don't even know what we like. We've been so busy providing what other people like. It's time that you get to know self. What do you like to eat? What's your favorite color? What's your favorite cookie? I have just been doing me, spending time with me. So Tiffany Haddish, baby girl, you need to get a better team together. If you need help with that, baby girl, reach out to me. 713-875-3725. I'll help. All right, that's just been hanging in my grab bag for so long, guys. I had to, I had to get that out there. All right, guys, let me say this before I go into this topic. And I know I have less than 20 minutes, so yeah, let me just go ahead and talk about it. I'm gonna get a little water. I don't have to spend a whole lot of time on it. I want to thank you guys once again for tuning in to Paulas Purse, where the bag is always filled with topics to discuss. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are going live on Facebook. We're on YouTube, TikTok. We're everywhere. Thank you for tuning in. Please come on board. We have merchandise on our website here. So we have t-shirts, we have hoodies. So definitely come and support us. Supporting us supports you. So let's support each other. Also, come on with the advertisement. We have our diamond package, which is $50 and a mention of your business. We also have our star package for $100. That is a promo ad of your business. So come on board, support, support, support. This is our fourth episode of many episodes. Now, I don't know if I'll be able to go into this last topic, but I do want to say I was talking about the purpose of the show, and the purpose of the show is to bring about awareness through discussing topics. I'm hoping that when you guys are a part of my show or any show on this platform, that you're able to change your life. That you look in the mirror and you look at self and you decide, I'm gonna change. Even if it's just one thing, like eating a salad, adding salad to your life, whatever. It could be any of that. But let me say this. On Christmas morning, I woke up and I was thinking about who I was going to watch on TV for church service. So I said to myself, well, am I going to watch Joe? Because you guys know I go to Joe Osteen, I go to Lakewood. So I was like, am I going to watch Joe first or am I going to watch TD Jakes? So I decided I would watch TD Jakes and I flipped over to TD Jakes to the Potter's house. And it was kind of, you guys probably don't know this, or maybe you do, but I'll throw this out there. So Christian Keys is an actor, writer, and I believe producer now. Excuse me. So he was in a number of Tyler Perry First Place. He's the light skinned guy with the beautiful heart that's drawn on his chest. Yeah, he's been on a number of shows. Um, Well, recently here in the last 2 weeks, he has come out and he's been on a number of interviews. I even saw him come out with something that he posted himself about how a number of Black, um, he didn't say names, he just said big wigs had sexually harassed him. And everybody was, ooh, I wonder who it is. So the phone was ringing, people were calling me, people were texting me and like, girl, what do you think? And I was like, I don't know, what do you think? So then we narrowed it down and people were like, well, is he talking about Tyler Perry? And some people were like, no, he's not talking about, he could be talking about Tyler Perry. He's probably, or somebody said he's talking about TD Jakes. And that was the first that I had heard TD Jakes' name. Now I had heard Tyler Perry's name for the last 2 weeks. And I thought, well, maybe, that's kind of weird because there is a show that he wrote, and also he's on the show that that the studios are producing. So I was like, well, that doesn't make sense for him to come out with that. So I don't know, but let me just say this. I go over to YouTube and I decide that I'm going to watch TD Jakes. And at the beginning of church service, he comes out and he says, he comes out with a long prayer and all of the men from the congregation were standing around the pulpit and I didn't know what was going on, but apparently TD Jakes has been thrown into that whole thing with Christian Keys. Somebody saying that somebody's gay, somebody saying that somebody has is sexually harassing someone. I don't know. I don't know, but I'm definitely going to keep you guys posted as it comes out. If you have the opportunity, definitely go and watch church service at the Potter's house. It was an awesome service. I do want to update you on Jonathan Majors. Okay. There is a lot of things, we can cover. There's a lot of, I don't want to say it. Everybody has been talking about Jonathan Majors. Yes, they found him guilty on 2 counts. He was found not guilty on 2 counts. Also, the all of the evidence against his girlfriend, um, that information wasn't allowed in the courtroom. Here is another tidbit I'm going to share with you guys as well. There are a number of actors that is and have been a part of Marvel Studios. They caught a case, an assault case, a rape case, sexually harassment case, and
Hello, hello, everybody. This is the Baruti Carl Alexander. We will check back with Paula in a second. She was talking about Jonathan Majors, and Jonathan Majors was found guilty on 2 counts and not guilty on 2 other counts. My statement is, and let me come up and say this, be careful being with a white woman as a black man. That's always been the case. That's always been the history. There have been some examples. Yes. Okay, I'm still on. Come back on. Bye. Paula's coming back here in a second, and we are still talking about Jonathan Majors. The history of interracial relationships has not been good. Black men have been lied on, and many things have happened to Black men being involved with white. First of all, Black men have been accused and used as the basis to start a real problem much bigger than just the relationship. So the history of Black men and white women has not been good. But let me say, if there's love involved, it has an opportunity. But there are a lot of factors that the two people involved would have to overcome for an interracial relationship. And I will turn it back over to Paula. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry about the technical difficulty. And I agree with you, because I was thinking earlier today that I would imagine if you are in a interracial relationship, that you would have to make a conscious decision to do it because of what the backlash that would follow. So you have to decide, are we going to do this or not? You know what I mean? Because we're probably going to catch some hell. You know what I mean? Depending on where you are, what city, what state. It doesn't bother me at all, but it may bother some people. Now, I was saying before my laptop cut off, Jonathan Major's counterparts didn't lose their job when they caught cases, assault cases, sexual harassment cases. They didn't lose their job. They didn't. And then some of them, Marvel Studios didn't even come out and make a statement. Nothing at all. And so some people are talking about how, he's getting the wrong end of the stick. And I think it's all a part of the territory. I think it's all a part of the territory. Being an actor is one thing. And don't get me wrong, I really like Jonathan Majors. I really do. I was following him before when he first came out. It's something about him that's special. And at the same time, it's something about him that says, when I look at him, that says something's not right. And once again, you know what I'm going to say? What am I going to say? Go to therapy and go to anger management. Why? Because it works. And that's just what I see when I look at him. It just something says to me, something's just not right. And that's
if I may make one last statement, Ms. Paula.
Yes, sir.
I believe in Jonathan Major's case. First of all, she recorded him. She was kind of playing up and kind of planning just in case, so that she could take advantage of the situation. He should have been able to see that. However, he might have been blinded. But when the courtroom heard that he was saying, I could be as great as Dr. King, I could be as great as Barack Obama, and he was saying that, and let's say it could have been true, he could have grew into that. But on the one hand, both of those people that you mentioned, that he mentioned, had a Black wife and went through that process, which he didn't. And he was looking for that woman to support him along those lines. She didn't have any kind of cultural background, nor probably any inclination.
Absolutely, absolutely. So when I read that, I was like, oh, well, how was he expecting her to do that? Because what he said was, you need to be more like Michelle Obama and Coretta Scott King. And I was like, well, how is she gonna be either one of those? How she can't even pretend to be that. So, that says something in itself on what he's expecting. But why would you expect that from a white woman? How could she give that to you? She can't. You know what I mean? She can't do it. She couldn't fake it. So I mean, I think there, like I said, there's a lot of angles to this, because also, according to what both attorneys was saying, is that this normally doesn't even go to court, because it's a he said, she said. Because in the car there was no recording when they were in the SUV. That was when they jumped out and did the whole running thing through town, which was ridiculous in itself. And then when the police came to their apartment, she looked like she was knocked out on the floor. I don't know if she was knocked out from a punch or if she just knocked out from drinking, because they had been drinking the night before. So I don't know. I wish him the best. I really do. I wish him the best. And I don't know. Because sometimes people bring things on themselves. You know what I mean? And that's the other thing. If you know you black and you gonna date somebody white, here is the thing. Whatever comes along with that, accept it. And don't try to ride the fence. Don't come over here. Now you want to come over here and get a black girl. You come over here and get Megan, right? When that wasn't what you had. You know what I mean? That wasn't who you was living with. You've been living with this white chick for some time now. But with that being said, I'm not throwing any stones. I would just suggest to him that he goes to anger management and therapy. And you know what? I mentioned that Christian Keys issue. I'm praying that blows over, because I just kind of had it up to, excuse me, I just kind of had it up to here with all this gayness. Oh, shout out to Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods and his son played, and his daughter was there. So it was a nice, fun family event. You guys know I love Tiger Woods. So shout out to you, Tiger. And I'm looking forward to seeing you at the Masters as well. All right, let's see what else we're going to talk about. What we got in the grab bag? I don't know about that one. We want to talk about some church. No, we don't want to talk about church because it's 1 minute to 10. I can remember when we had it all. I don't have any furniture in here because you can hear the echo. You, you and I. That's the drop beat, right? That's it. That's the song we'll work on next. We'll open with a song of some sort. Maybe Thank You. I think I'm leaning towards Thank You over Thank You by Estelle. I want to thank you guys, because we are definitely at the end of the show. Thank you once again for tuning in. Oh, we talked about Anita Baker. Yeah, I don't want to forget Anita Baker, because I don't like how y'all talking about her and how y'all treating my girl. All right. Can't think of any of her songs right now because I would do something, but can you think of an Anita Baker song? But here is the thing. Anita Baker was late to a show, and when she got to the show, she was screaming at the one of the producers of the show because on the keyboard back there the light was on, and she didn't like how the light was glaring. You know, and I think a lot of it is because she's older. That's what I think. And I think it's important to know the people you are going to go see in concert. You know what I mean? I think you need to know who you're going to go see. Now, I say this all the time because I'm a singer, I'm an actress. If you're going to go see, and it depends on the type of show. If it's a relaxed, laid back, we drinking wine at the concert, Chardonnay type of thing, everybody's sitting down. Everybody's sitting down. And it's just the truth. Everybody's sitting down. Everybody's on their first or second glass of wine. Everybody's relaxed. Now, say you go to a Taylor Swift concert. That's a little bit different. You know what I mean? Everybody's jumping up, flashlights. And then the other thing, too, is that people are recording. So that was the thing. Oh, I see it. 365 days of the week. Is that Anita Baker? I like No One in This World. I don't know the words. What's the words to that one? Let's see. Oh, dang it. Where's my phone? Let's see what we can pull up since we have a couple of minutes. I'm looking for a band. Where is the band when you need a band? What song you got from beginning to end? Whatever. And that costs. What about do you like You Belong to Me? I love that song. You don't have to prove to me you're beautiful. You know who sings the original is not Anita Baker, it's Carly Simon. That is her song that she wrote. You Belong to Me. I love that one. Oh, you don't know that one? Because Carly sings it in a different, she sings it in a different beat than Anita Baker. But you know that song. You just need to pull it up on your phone. Hey man, it's 10:01 and we are at the end of the show. We just kind of goofing around because we are hopefully fine sing song along as we close. You are not the boss of me. What about this one? Be honest, most matches. I love this song, and it's not a song that I need to sing. I love this song. And so much more. Hey. You drop me back down to this cold, cold world. Hey. Are we at the end? Oh, I am laughing at the producer. If y'all could read what he is typing over here, that's I tell you what. Tune in to the next show, guys. I will open and close it with a song. I won't be sitting down because I do need to sing from my diaphragm. But yeah, I'll definitely find something that we can open and close to. That's why I was thinking, thank you. But Anita Baker is fine too. Listen, y'all better stop messing with Anita Baker when you go to her concerts too. Just go sit down. Don't be doing no flashlights and recording. Don't do any of that. Just sit down and enjoy the show. All right. I love that. Where you at, bro?
We're at the end of the show.
All right.